Have you ever been in the situation where you organized an event, it was great, got a lot of leads, great success, like new business coming in, but unfortunately the day after, like every business owner, you have a million of tasks to do, like you didn't have a software to manage that, so you're just overwhelmed, and then you remember about that hot lead you met actually during that event. And you're like, I don't exactly remember what the guy looked like or what his business exactly. It was just a chit chat, very fast, and it's a shame because like this game seemed to be a unicorn. Like the kind of person you would meet once in a lifetime, and you really want to do business with. Well, unfortunately, after the event, you're just like busy and you don't know what to do. Uh, I'm asking you because I've been there. I didn't have a software, but of course now we're gonna change that. So thanks to Odoo, I'm gonna help you crack the code to the efficient event management of your events, right? So the idea is to elevate your game, have that like fully streamlined, and make sure that everybody will remember actually your event. So just to quote Mason Cooley, an event is not over until everyone is tired of talking about it. Okay, so if you're ready, let's see how Odoo can help you make sure that everybody remembers your event. By the way, my name is Jeremy, and I will be your host for the next 15 minutes. All right, so, all right. Here we are on a, obviously, Odoo 17 database. This is like the introduction page of my database, of my event page. So you see it's like database editor. Thank you for that. So it's not the right screen that is shown, I'm afraid. Okay, one sec. Might need some technical support here because it's not the right screen. Yeah, maybe do this one, no? All right. Better, right? Thanks, man. So, yeah, like that, at least you can remember the quote, right? So an event is not over until everyone is tired of talking about it. And maybe you will remember my quote because of what happened now. All right. So let's move on. As you can see, so I was just on the introduction page of my website, Odoo website, here specifically looking on the front end to the introduction page to the event. So guess what? I'm a software company, quite small. I just started the business. And yeah, I would like to organize like events in a proper way now, and I want to be equipped with the good tools. So the introduction page that you can see here, it's like built from scratch with, now we are familiar with it, like building blocks of the website. Okay, so very familiar. At the bottom you can see the sponsors that we already have, and I'm just like, let's say, I will discard this. Okay, I'm just a visitor of the website looking at how it looks like. All right, since I'm on this Odoo Days 2023, the event that I'm organizing now, let's see the options that the website visitors will get to see. So the first one being the talks, so the events that they will be able to attend. So as you can see here, we have the event split between 2 days with a series of talks that are taking place. This is like a summary view, and I'm sure you're familiar with it. Hopefully, if you check the Odoo Experience 2023 website, it's pretty similar. Okay, so the information you get there obviously is the title, who's going to talk, for how long, and also, of course, the time. Okay, let's say we want to dig a bit deeper into and get the details of what an event would look like. And you see, this is an inspiring business talk, obviously, that will take place. You can get some descriptions over there, as well as the person that will do the talk. All right. So let's go back. We see that this is taking place during 2 days. Normal website, Odoo website, so fully optimized. Now moving on to the next one. Actually, the idea of making your event management, like having the process streamlined and also to optimize and make it more straightforward is also to simplify your life, right? So you don't really want to think about all of the talks you would have. The idea is to get people to come to you with idea. So you see, just making it much more easier. So that's why we have this section here called call for proposal, where people can basically just go on the website and say, actually that event is interesting and I would like to talk about uh, my personal experience. So you see, for this case, it will be, let's say, quickly fill it in, talk about myself, because this person is quite selfish. Hey, story of my life. Sorry, I'm quickly doing that. You see, it's some mandatory fields. We can add some categories, but that's not really relevant. Let's say this guy is Claudie. We quickly put an email. Well, it doesn't really matter actually, but okay, no picture needed. CEO of my company. And my geography, fast-moving consumer goods, my whole life, part-time photographer. Okay, and so that visitor would just submit the application. You see the call for proposal, and we'll see later on in the backend what happened when we did all of that. Okay, so quickly moving on, we can have, of course, the location of the event taking place. So integration. Again, these are building blocks of the website, so very easy to tailor and make it look fancy. Next one is, the idea also is to make, at least maybe not make money out of that event, but for sure cover some of the expenses. So we will invite exhibitors to our event, and they will be showcased here. So for instance, we already have one of our long-time partner, the Jackson Group. They have their own description, contact details, and on the upper part you can see the advertising when they will be there and where. So also very convenient for them. Next up, the agenda. It's basically just a different view of the track of the talk list, but just displayed with the correct location and time. So you can see that none of those talks are actually overlapping each other based on the different days as well. Something I forgot to mention before, you can also obviously filter the tracks and also put them in favorites. So you can have like, well, as long as you don't clean your browser history, at least when you connect to when your visitors connect to the website, they will be able to find their favorite tracks they saw there. Okay, so pretty straightforward. Next up, still in the idea of making some profit out of that event that we are organizing, we are also offering the option to buy booth. So our exhibitors will be able to have booths to meet prospects and maybe existing customers. So we'll see in the back end as well after how it works. But you see, we also have a view plan, so you can upload just a PDF to see what it would be like. In this case, well, I'm still a small business, so I only have standard premium and VIP booths. But you see, we already ran out of premium booths, and let's say I'm this not well-known company, but I have money, and I would like to advertise at this Odoo Days event. It seems cool. Not many choice, so I would just go straight away for the VIP booth. You see, it's a unique VIP booth, pretty expensive, but yeah, let's say we book it. So this guy as well here. Advanced company, he has more experience than us. We don't really care. Phone, slogan, description. We don't really need that right now. We just basically want them to pay for it and see what happens in the backend afterwards. All right. So you see, as a visitor, simple as that. At least in the front end, I just made a payment. Okay, quite expensive payment, but I just did it like that. Okay, we'll go back to the event thanks to this, and we were at the Get a Booth slide, and you see now actually since we only had like a unique, very VIP booth that just got sold, now it's marked as sold out, so that's fine. Last but not least, obviously, we want people to come to our event, so the register page is probably the most important. Again, well, I would just, for the sake of the demo, just really show you, we are again on the Odoo website, so you can easily make that a bit more fancy. I don't know, let's maybe put the showcase there, so you see very easy drag and drop um, building blocks. I would just save it there. Remember that since Odoo 17, now you also have the help of artificial intelligence or ChatGPT to do the copywriting of the content. So make a good use of it. It's there to help you. So definitely it can help you to make this website looks very professional, very fast. So that's a good thing. And yeah, you see the kind of tickets we sell. We are not well known, so we want to attract people. The participation to the talks is actually free, as you can see there. But we're also organizing a networking event and a party at the end of the second day. So we also made paid entrance. So let's say that here we're gonna quickly buy a new entrance. Yeah, mutual admins will do the thing. And you see here that I have actually a small asterisk there. It means that I need to select one of the option there, because otherwise I won't be able to go further. So in this case, it's the type of drinks, because since the guy is paying to come and we will do the catering and stuff, we need to know what kind of drinks he will take. So no alcohol in this case. In this case, we have plenty of stuff, so that's fine. Let's go to the payment. So pretty cheap in the end, 50 euro, looks fine. Let's do it. That's fine. Okay. So on this page, as a customer, what I can directly see is that my payment went through, so that's fine. I get the confirmation, and directly there, I can download my tickets. So that would be what a ticket would look like. Obviously, you can still see it. Yeah. So no customization at all. That's how it comes from out of the box in standard. Some details and configuration that we'll see later on in the backend. So you already see me coming with some of the details there, right? Okay, but let's come back to our event there. So just to show you that actually we are on a totally normal Odoo website. As you can see there, that's a website that was created automatically, that I didn't populate at all. It was fully done with artificial intelligence, and we were looking just at the event section over there, listing all of the events we have, and in particular the Odoo Days 2023 that we are looking at. Okay, but that's enough of fancy front-end wonder. What if we look at the back end of it? And as you know now, just with the shortcut, I arrived immediately into my event app. But I can't resist to show you the new layout of the Odoo 17 in this milky kind of colors, very bright and modern, so it gives a fresh look to the database. So in the end, even the backend is kind of a wonder in itself, right? But anyway, let's go back to the event page. So first thing we see here is that it's organized in Kanban view by default. Some of the stages that are set up there. So you see the new event booked and announced. Very easy again to create new stages if you'd like and tailor that. It works as the project app would do. So very easy to change that. Also you see we have a stage folded there, which relates to the ended events that we don't really want to see when they are done. Already you have a snapshot of the most interesting information, dates, numbers of attendees, person responsible for it, location, etc. So very important, but what we want to do is have a more focus on our event here, so the Odoo Days 2023. So straight away, you see, obviously, we set up the date. That makes sense. Time zone, yeah, language. Some other information there, like the venue. We have the exhibition map. That's actually the floor map you saw when we wanted to book the booth, remember, in the front end. So this is the one it relates to. We also limited the attendees to 100. Actually, I'm a small company, as I told you, so Brussels Expo is a big place, big venue. But actually, we are not really doing it here. It will be just a corridor that we will take over, let's say. So I'm a small company. I don't have a lot of money, so fake it till you make it, you know. But that's more or less how we start as a company called Odoo-ish, right? Um, Important detail here, if you are planning, and that will be my goal actually, to organize more events like this one with the same kind of configuration, you can definitely take advantage of the template option there, which basically will just pre-configure some of the things we will see now. So just to make it even more easier and simplify your day. All right. Um, but you know what we're going to do? We're going to start first with the smart buttons over there. I'm sure you're all familiar with them. And we have quite some of them to check. And you will see really the connection between the backend and the front end in this case. So first of all, as in any other Odoo app, you get some reporting. Here in this case with the registration. And you can obviously play with the all new filters that were available, as well as the view that we are pretty much familiar with them. Okay, not super interesting. Very interesting, though, is the list of attendees that we have. So not a lot because, yeah, as I said, the company is starting, but at least we have quite some person that got reached to and took interest in the event. So that's quite nice. Let's say that we will take the registration we just did 4 minutes ago under my name, Mitchell Admin, so we can drill down one level into the details there. You see that the question there were replied, so name, you see email, phone number, but more specifically as well, the selection type that was a mandatory question for us as well. Another smart button there, it will go back to the sales order. So just to remind you how fully integrated all the Odoo apps are together, and especially the event app with all the others. You see now we are looking at the sales order that was created when the sale was done. All right. We can just go back. One of the interesting things we see here on the right in the chatter is the ticket that was immediately sent by email when the registration was done. All right. So let's go back to the other smart buttons again. So that's already cool, actually, because I just sold the VIP booth. I can see that my sales are growing, so that's quite nice, especially since I won't pay Brussels Expo, for renting the place because I will just take over a corridor. So yeah, finally making some profit. That's good. Next smart button is the registration desk. So it's just basically the idea to scan the ticket at the entrance. So remember this morning when you arrived, if you arrive through the entrance, at least one of my lovely colleagues scanned your ticket. That's basically what the registration desk does. Simple as that. Now we arrive to the booth management. And here you see it's very straightforward, just two columns. The ones that are unavailable, that were either hidden because I don't want them to be taken, which would be weird, or the ones that were already bought for. So we see that, as we saw in the website, we only have one booth left. It's not rented by anyone. But if I just look like at the one we just bought together, so the VIP booth, you see the details are filled in there. And by doing so, the company that bought the booth immediately became a sponsor of the event. So pretty cool as well. Everything fully automated. So again, some clicks and time gained. But let's say that actually the standard booth, I realized that the corridor is too small, so yeah, there won't be space for it, and anyway, nobody's taking it. So I just drag and drop it to unavailable, and instantly on the website front end, it disappears. So nobody will be able to book it. All right. Let's move on. The tracks that we saw. So all of the tracks that were published are already listed into this column. Again, Kanban view, so very convenient and easy to use. And here, look, we have the proposal that was made by this guy, Claudie Faucon, so talk about myself. So when I look at that, I'm thinking, okay, the CEO of the company, he has a part-time photographer. That's also interesting. Yeah, okay, you know what? I will give him a time. Let's say it will be next week. Yeah, 2 p.m. is fine. Let's apply it. Location, we'll say this one. Duration, yeah, 30 minutes. That will be okay. You can of course post a YouTube link if you want it to be replayed, but we are not at that stage yet, at least in my company, so we won't do that. So that's it. I just added the details I wanted to have, and what I will do, simple as that, is confirm that it's okay for me. I'm fine to have this guy talk about himself. You see in the chatter that immediately he got a confirmation saying, okay, your call for proposal, your subject is interesting me, and I confirm that it will be there. But nevertheless, I'm thinking like, okay, I don't have any material to offer, so maybe I can just send him an email and say, hey, do you need a laptop or whatever? And I just send an email, and like that, I will be sure that he will bring his own stuff. Okay, let's say everything is fine. Now he has all the materials he needs. And if I move to the published stage, you can see that the Smart Button website went live. So it means that immediately this talk is published on the website. So no further action to take. Again, simplified and streamlined. Okay. So, oops, sorry about that. Going back to the event tracks. Odoo. We saw the tracks. We saw also kind of some of the sponsors we just got. So the Advanced company is the company that just bought the VIP booth that we saw together, and we have some other sponsors. You saw the Jackson Group that for us was an exhibitor as well with the a level that we considered as gold. So we work in standard with just classic classification, silver, gold, and bronze below. This company that I've never heard of is actually a bronze sponsorship level and only has an option of the footer logo only. And you maybe saw it on the ticket as well as on the footer of the website on every page. All right, so that's for my sponsors. And the last smart button that I have here is the go to the website again. Now let's quickly have a look to the below part here where we actually manage the ticket that we created. So very interesting is that, as you saw, we click the limit registration button. So it means that we wanted a maximum of 100%. We assume that we might sell a maximum to 80 premium pass, so that would be the paid one. We didn't quite make it. We only have 10, but at least we can have an overview of, depending on the type of ticket we sell, where we are on that. Very importantly, and the thing that I was lacking the most for my previous event where I didn't have a software is communication. And in this case, communication is also fully automated with some triggers. As you can see there, I have first communication trigger after each registration. Very important to confirm that, hey, you're coming to my event, I'm so happy. So you see it's actually sent through email immediately after the registration. You can see that we have different type of means of communication set up, including SMS, because just want to make sure I get some new clients. I don't only need an email, I want also phone number so I can be sure I can go further with them. Some questions. Remember the type of drinks that we made mandatory with the selection after that, and you can actually get some statistics about what type of drinks I would need to order based on that. So that's the answer breakdown, very useful. And now I realize that actually the phone should be mandatory question because I really want a phone number to follow up. So I will actually update that now and save it. Okay, then last tab here is the note. Two sections there. The first one is internal note, so that won't be published to anyone. It just is in the back end. However, the below one is actually appearing on the ticket that we saw earlier, so just make sure to not mix those two together. All right, so that's it. But let's go fast forward, and let's say we are the day of the event. We are on the registration desk. For the sake of the demo, of course, I can't scan tickets here, but I will go to the attendees and say, okay, so most of those people came. It's nice. The day is going by. That's cool. Everybody's happy. Some people are not coming. But you see, just scanning the tickets, in the end, they are marked as attended. The others that just bought a ticket but didn't come don't go further. So that's pretty much it on that stage. We'll add another one. But you know, that's actually it's a pity because it was a great event. Like a lot of people came, but still, you know, I miss my unicorn. You know, like this guy I met that would really change my life and the one-of-a-kind situation. But what I did, just thinking about how Odoo could help me optimize that, I actually quickly created a lead generation rule because the only thing I could remember about this person was his name. So I did a lead generation rule based on his name and other criterias. Those criterias being that this person would attend my event. Okay, so and I remember his name, so I actually put just his name in the field. Okay, so after the event is done, when I just go to my website, to my page there, I see a new smart button. It's a lead, but what is this actually? And if I go a bit deeper, you see fully integrated again. I arrive to the CRM app, and what I see is that my unicorn went to my event. I didn't meet him. I didn't know he was there, but thanks to the lead generation rule I did, I can see, view some pages, he attended, and he was there. So definitely a success for me. I met again the guy I thought I would never meet again. And for sure, that will be a game changer for me in the future. All right, so coming back to the quote here, um, what I would say is that what we just saw here is that it's super simple to publish the event app on a website. Either if you have already an Odoo website or not, you can have only set up for the event organization. It covers all of your needs, as you saw, and also fully integrated with all of the apps. So we need to finish now. Thank you for your attendance. I hope you were all still awake and listening, and hopefully you won't be tired of this Odoo Experience 2023 before long. Thank you. I think we won't have much time to cover them, but